Masha spotted a quick little rabbit and decided to race it. "Let's see who's faster," she challenged. The rabbit darted ahead and Masha ran after it, giggling. She jumped over logs and ducked under branches, too caught up in the race to notice her shoes coming loose. The rabbit disappeared into the bushes and Masha cheered. "I won," she declared, completely unaware she had just lost her shoes. Masha loved climbing trees, so she found the tallest one nearby and began her ascent. She scrambled up, reaching a strong branch and sitting proudly. "I'm the queen of the forest," she declared. A squirrel chattered beside her, as if in agreement. But as she kicked her legs playfully, her last remaining shoe slipped off and tumbled down. Masha didn't even notice. It was already lost in the leaves below. After all that running and climbing, Masha needed to cool off. She found a small pond and jumped right in. The cold water felt refreshing, and she laughed as she splashed around. A tiny frog blinked at her in surprise before hopping away. But as she played, the current gently carried away her remaining shoe. It floated downstream, out of sight. Masha, too busy having fun, still hadn't noticed. Tired from all her adventures, Masha climbed onto a large, smooth rock and stretched. "What a great day," she sighed, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face. A crow landed nearby, tilting its head at her. "Hello, Mr. Crow," she greeted. She stretched her legs and only then did she realize. Her feet were bare. "Oh no, my shoes!" she gasped. Panic set in as she jumped up to search for them. Masha gasped. "Oh no, my shoes are gone!" She lifted her feet, turning them this way and that, as if they'd magically reappear. But no, her shoes had completely vanished. She looked around in a hurry, hoping to spot them. "Where did I leave them? Bear is going to be so mad," she moaned. She jumped off the rock and ran toward Bear's house, ready to ask for help in her shoe rescue mission. Masha stormed into Bear's cozy home, panting. "Bear, we have a big, big problem," she cried. Bear, peacefully sipping his tea, raised an eyebrow. "I lost my shoes," Masha wailed dramatically. Bear sighed, setting down his cup. He knew by now that every day with Masha meant unexpected adventures. "Where did you last see them?" he asked patiently. Masha scratched her head. Somewhere in the forest," she admitted sheepishly. Bear grabbed his trusty magnifying glass, ready to begin the search. "Okay, let's retrace your steps," he said. Masha eagerly pointed in different directions. "First, I ran over there. Then I climbed that tree. Then I jumped in the pond. Then..." Bear sighed, already regretting asking. This was going to take a while. Still, he followed her, determined to solve the mystery of the missing shoes. "Maybe my shoes are here," Masha said, peering into the water. She spotted fish swimming lazily, and a frog stared back at her. "Did you see my shoes?" She asked it. The frog blinked. No answer. Bear shook his head. "They're not here," he said. Masha pouted. "Okay, next stop, the berry bushes." She dashed off again, with Bear reluctantly following. "Maybe my shoes got stuck in the berry bushes," Masha reasoned, diving into the thick shrubs. Bear stood back, arms crossed. "Any luck?" he asked. Suddenly, a tiny squirrel popped its head out, cheeks stuffed with berries. "Hey, have you seen my shoes?" Masha asked. The squirrel squeaked and scurried away. "I don't think they have them," Bear said. Masha huffed. "Next clue, then." As they walked toward the rock, the same crow Masha had seen earlier cawed loudly. "Do you know where my shoes are?" she called up to it. The crow tilted its head, then flew toward a nearby bush. "Bear, follow that bird, it knows something," Masha declared. Bear sighed but followed. "Why do I let myself get dragged into these things?" he muttered. Near the bush, Bear spotted something interesting. Tiny footprints. "Look, Masha, these don't belong to you," he pointed out. "Then who made them?" she asked, eyes wide with curiosity. The prints were small, like little dots in the dirt. "Maybe hedgehogs," Bear guessed. Masha gasped. "Are hedgehogs running around in my shoes?" She ran ahead, determined to find out. Sure enough, hidden beneath the bush were her shoes. But they were no longer just shoes. They were hedgehog houses. A tiny hedgehog yawned, snuggling deeper into one. Another poked its little nose out. Masha gasped. Oh, they're so cute, she squealed. Bear chuckled. Looks like they found a new home. Masha frowned. But I still need my shoes. Masha scratched her head. What do I do, Bear? I need my shoes, but the hedgehogs look so comfy. Bear smiled. Sometimes it's better to be kind than to take what's yours, he said. Masha sighed. You're right, she admitted. But I can't let them live in old, dirty shoes. An idea popped into her head. Let's build them real homes. Masha ran to Bear's house and gathered tiny blankets, straw, and small wooden planks. Let's make them cozy cottages, she said excitedly. Bear helped her hammer and glue while the hedgehogs watched, their tiny noses twitching. Soon the little creatures had real homes, warm, soft, and just their size. Much better than old shoes, Masha beamed. Masha gently laid a soft blanket inside each house. Now you'll be warm and cozy, she told the hedgehogs. One curled up immediately, looking extra comfy. They love it, Masha cheered. Bear smiled. You did something kind today, Masha, he said. Masha nodded. And kindness always feels better than new shoes. But speaking of shoes, Bear said, opening a wooden chest. Inside was a shiny, brand new pair of red shoes just for Masha. For me? She gasped. Bear nodded. Try them on. Masha slipped her feet in. They fit perfectly. These are the best shoes ever, she cheered, twirling around. Before leaving, Masha waved at the hedgehogs. Enjoy your new houses, little friends, she called. The hedgehogs squeaked happily. Bear and Masha walked home together, the adventure finally over. This was the best day ever, Masha declared. Bear chuckled. With you, every day is an adventure.